here we are at the Spring Hill Cemetery in Brooksville, Florida. And as we arrived, we got out the truck and we started walking over to this little baby's grave, and had some toys there. This is really where um, I felt the most weirded out of the whole day. As soon as I got there, I started getting goosebumps. My daughter, she didn't feel anything weird or anything like that. But when we started looking at the babies there, we noticed that there were a lot of old, creepy looking babies there. And that could be from people just coming there and putting, you know, the toys there for the little girl. I think her name was Stephanie, and we don't know how old she was or anything like that. Didn't pay attention to that. The weirdest thing about that was the fire extinguisher. And there, my daughter thought that was kind of weird. I didn't really see anything weird with it. That baby there with the wrestling uh, button on it was, to me, was kind of weird. The story is that there was somebody hung in that tree, an African, back in the day. To me, I thought the graveyard was kind of just horribly upkept. It was down a little dirt road, off of a pretty dangerous curve in Brooksville. But as we're walking around, we're just taking a look at all the graves. Something just draws us right back to this, this baby. And here I am just trying to look and see if anything's, any kind of weirdness or any kind of eerie feelings. You're in a graveyard, you're supposed to kind of feel a little bit of them. But as we're walking back, I still look at that tree and, trying to determine the age and if it could have been old enough to back in day to hang people on or whatnot. But I really didn't see anything that, went to me thinking that it was a old African cemetery. And I'm from South Carolina, so we do see a lot of old Confederate cemeteries and old African cemeteries. Back home, this had no feeling of it at all. It didn't feel kind of weird, didn't except for the first initial step into the graveyard at the where the babies were. One of the stories is there's a balloon that did float up into the air. They were deflated, much like this one right here. I think I would have been kind of freaked out if it would have floated up at that point, but it didn't. As we're walking back, we're looking again just at some of the graveyard and some of the the trees, trying to figure out which tree really was the one where the guy got hung. And they said they're supposed to be baby crying sounds, and I didn't get any of that feel. The weirdest thing that happened at this graveyard today was over straight back to, you can't really see it, but a car kind of rolled backed up and was just sitting there in the graveyard chilling. I thought it was kind of weird. Again, I'm not really worried about a ghost hurting us. It's mainly the people. These places are quite dangerous and could be. So just make sure that you have protection on you at all times when you enter places like this. As we're going, we're continuing to look at at the graveyard some more, and kind of walking back towards the where the babies were. And that's when my wife was letting us know that there was a car that had pulled up, and just kind of wanted us to get back in the truck so we can go. And that's what we did. I hollered for my daughter, she came back up, and that was our trip in the cemetery. To me, it didn't feel weird at all, except for when we first got there and seen the babies. But that's it.